Hello everyone and welcome back to Minecraft on the Vortex server. Once again I'm in my spawn house. This is more of a let's build than a let's play at the moment really, but considering the game is partially at least about building, I make no apology. So this level is pretty much finished in terms of the rough room structure. As I'd hinted at last time, lag spikes, don't know why. 4 rooms, pretty much identical for now. No furnishings or anything in them yet. This wall will eventually be closed. So my idea is these bedrooms here will belong to, I don't know, father and son, I don't know who. But anyway, they will belong to the 2 people who actually work. Whereas over here will probably be the bedrooms for the women, which, at least back in the days, definitely did not work. So they would have no need to go up to the study where the dangerous chemicals are being held, and women don't understand that stuff anyway. Now, general opinion at the time, not my opinion, so mark the difference. So I put up a wall. Women can nag in their rooms, whereas the men do proper work up here. I've marked out the general room structure of this particular level as well already. I am not 100% certain where I'll put the staircase to the next level yet. Chances are it'll be here. Or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that was not gonna work out. Yeah, never mind. So basically, I've put the shorter windows in here and on the sides to make it work out with the room divisions. Meaning I'll have 2 very long rooms, one on this side and one on this side. They will be kind of laboratories in a way. I don't know. I guess one of the guys is probably going to be a biologist, so he will need a lab where he can give cancer to cute little bunnies and then cut their brains open to see if they bleed. Yeah, science is fun. And then the other room might be, I don't know, maybe a chemistry lab, or I don't know, maybe a physicist, even though there's not really the space to put a super collider. Actually, just for fun, I might build a super collider in the basement so the physicists can do super colliding stuff there. And don't tell me that super colliders weren't invented back in the days. They were. They just didn't tell anyone because it was a secret. I mean, super colliders, they're really cool, and they obviously didn't want everyone to know they had them, so they didn't tell anyone. Actually, I think this will probably be the location of the staircase, maybe. And it's almost nighttime. I should take the bed up here and all the chests because the journey going from my current building site to the building materials is getting longer and longer due to the nature of building a large tower. I think my tree farm's almost done growing again, so it's going to be harvesting time soon, because I am using up the spruce wood at an alarming rate. I still have more than 2 stacks though, so for now I'm fine. Up the stairs we go, and up those stairs, and up those stairs. It ended up working quite nicely where the way all the way up, if you want to go from, I don't know, this level to the research facilities for now, you have to take the closer stairs here, so you don't have to go all the way around. Which was pretty much an accident. I decided to just remove one of the stairs, and it ended up being the right one, otherwise I would have had to change it all again. I decreased the volume on the in-game music a little bit. Again, I'm not assuming there's going to be too much trouble with Mojang, whatever, and copyright. Mojang, I don't know. Seems strange. For me, it sounds strange to pronounce it that way, because it's not that very German way of saying it, and I forgot to bring stone bricks. Well, hey. As I said, by the time I'm done with this project, both you and I... Yes, I'm talking to you, don't look away. We'll both know this building very well. I'm not a particular fan of the in-game music in this game. It's... I don't know, I see that it's the only reasonable choice of music for a game like this. It tends to be fairly quiet and sitting in the background, not causing much fuzz. Kind of the model wife. But it's a little too quiet for me. When I listen to music, I like it to be a little more energetic. So yeah, this will be the research facility of someone. And now the idea had been to No, actually I can't do that. I remember now. I want some distance between this kind of hole in the ground for the stairs and the door through to this bit, which was originally intended to be kind of office space, so I don't know, someone would have his desk in here basically, and that would be his private research center here. But that leaves me with a few options to put these stairs. Unless what I could do, of course... let me just try this out. Marking those windows and that window, and then I'll have a wall right here. That could work. And this will be full wall. And this here will be a kind of separate room, which will, I don't know, have something in it, and definitely the staircase to level 5. Might be level 5, I'm not certain. Anyway. Yeah, this'll work. So, important guy over there, he's probably more important than that guy. He's probably owning the mansion. So he's got a large office. It seems a little long for an office, so I'm not certain what I'm exactly going to do with it. Maybe I'll put something for room separation in, like some plants or something, I don't know. We are getting new plants in the next version, so that might be something. And then the less important guy will have his desk in his research, or maybe he's just doing stuff that requires him to be in his lab all the time anyway, or maybe his lab is not as filthy, so maybe one guy is a chemist and he doesn't want to work in all the chemicals, so maybe the other guy's a physicist and he doesn't mind working next to a pendulum. Something along those lines. And I'm afraid I'm now going to have to do the fairly boring thing about putting up windows. And when I thought about it, to me it kind of made sense putting the lab fairly high up in the building. because in case something happens, fire tends to go up, not down, and so anyone who's below the fire would at least at first have a clear way out of the building. Now fire does also spread down, of course, I'm not stating that it doesn't, but if the fire starts in the basement, it's gonna be more difficult for someone from the third floor or the second floor to get out, whereas if it starts up here, someone below it would be warned, hopefully be warned ahead of time and be able to get out. That point will become less and less valid as I add more levels to the building, so I'm only making that argument as long as this is the top level. When it ceases to be the top level, the lab is just there out of convenience. Alright, so as long as we are agreed on that, it's all fine. Wow. I'm still getting these lag spikes. Don't know why. I mean, the block lag is a lot better than last time, so I don't know. It's more lag spikes now. Last time I recorded, it was pretty much continuously very, very. Very, by the way, is the combination of fairly and very. Words which I pretty much use the same way. Fairly bad is basically the same as very bad. Though very tends to be a little worse, but in general they're similar. Okay, I think that's enough. I might not have enough spruce wood stairs here, so fingers crossed, I guess. Oh, ouch. Even though this is a good opportunity to get a look at the whole thing from a little further away, and I like how the level, the smaller level looks. Still not 100% on those windows, but I think it's okay. Now the interior design of this is of course going to be quite a nightmare as well, because it's going to take a long time being such a massive build, and if you've seen some of the stuff I did back on the miners box, which is, as you remember, the server I was on before Vortex, I do pay quite a bit of attention to detail in interior design, which, look, that's the one disadvantage of the new stairs, like the corner stairs. Sometimes they're a little more difficult to place than they used to be. Aside from that, of course, I wouldn't miss them. They are incredibly cool and such a good thing for building. I wouldn't want to go without them anymore. Just sometimes when I don't want corner stairs, they pop up. Can't be helped. I know I've not put in the middle blocks to these doors yet. I will eventually. And we need spruce wood here. Spruce wood planks, rather. And it's getting nighttime again. I'll just do these two windows, or a few more, I guess. Maybe this room. I take that back. And that was not intentional. If you intend to steal any of my blocks, I'm going to cut you up. I could see it in his eyes. And now he's fled. Oh well. Usually Endermen are a little more aggressive. I don't know why that one didn't continue attacking me. I mean, I can take an Enderman, I think. I've got a good sword and fairly good armor, so it should be not much of an issue. But if he runs away, no matter how many enchantments I put on my equipment, I will never be able to outrun an Enderman. He doesn't want me to find him, he's not gonna be found. You see, that's the not so cool thing about building towers without creative mode. I should use the shift key. I think it works on that. It should work on stairs, right? I guess we'll see. So shift is held. Yeah, it does save me from falling down. That's good. Even though it's always a little inconvenient pressing shift all the time. I guess I should map it to one of my mouse buttons, but I can't be asked. Never been much of a fan of using macros anyway. Even though Minecraft is one of the games I do have one for, I still have that potion macro, which throws a potion and instantly switches to my sword, so that I get a looting effect on potions, which I use on my blaze farm all the time still, whenever I go there to get blaze. Blaze in the sense of killing them for experience, and if I want blaze rods, I will use that trick. On occasion I've been so full of blaze rods that I didn't want that, so never mind, of course, but yeah, I'm certain you know the trick. Basically, you throw a potion, and if you switch to a looting weapon, a looting sword, since that's the only looting weapon in the game, if you switch to a looting sword while the potion is flying, you will get the looting effect from the potion. So for me that means the blaze are recurring theme. The blaze are down to one hit, I throw the potion, and as soon as it's left my hands, basically, I switch to my sword, which I do using a macro. Basically, it right clicks and then instantly activates the one key on my keyboard. Thus throwing the potion, and then instantly, rather 16 milliseconds afterwards, I don't know, I put some delay in, so it's not exactly instantaneous, but quickly afterwards. Almost worked. But yeah, that'll make it possible to get tons of blaze rods from potions without actually using a looting sword, because the looting sword would lose lots of durability, especially if you've got a farm, a whole trap full of blaze. That would be quite expensive. And potions, of course, you use them anyways, and the sword does not lose durability using that method, so that's nice. And I've mapped that to a mouse button, just for convenience. I don't usually have the macro keys on my keyboard even activated, so I've got them and they are functional, but most of the time I have that bit of the keyboard disabled, so I don't actually get any effect from them. I'm not going to do the ceiling because that's especially boring, so that'll probably be done next time I start recording. I will, however, do the glass. Yeah, I'm probably already at my 20-minute mark, so yeah. And as I said, let me know if you think this is far too boring. This way I can do episodes much more regularly, because I'm showing you basically stuff that I might otherwise have cut out. So yeah, it's less condensed, would probably be a good way to phrase it. So if you want the videos again in a more condensed fashion, so quick updates on what I've been up to, comment section is right below you, or rather right below me. Feel free to go for it. Okay, I do hate windows without connected textures. And I don't really see why we upgraded the server to 1.6.4. Now, I know what it does. It fixes the nether fortress and such, and witch hut glitches, which is a good thing. But it doesn't have any new features, so we should have only updated shortly before switching to the next Minecraft version. So shortly before switching to 1.7. But alas, I am not the owner of the server. And I don't know, maybe people were desperate to upgrade to anything, so they just did. Anyway, that all being said and done, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.